Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston here. Today I'm back for episode number 34 of my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise series here on MLB 17 The Show. So today we are back with the World Series. We are moving on to the World Series after defeating the San Francisco Giants in the NLCS in 4 games. In the last episode, it was a decisive game number 4 that the Giants did lose in, and that ended their season. So we're taking on the Baltimore Orioles in the World Series. They were a 91-win wildcard team, the second wildcard team, although they were tied for that first wildcard spot, so essentially one of the wildcard teams, you can say. And we are kicking off the series with a pretty dramatic game 1 here. We've got a 1-run lead here in the ninth with a pair of guys on. Chris Davis at the dish, facing Tony Watson. That's a slow ground ball. Crawford charging, tries to go to second, and everyone is going to be safe. A poor decision by Brandon Crawford allows the bases to be loaded here for the next man, Adam Duvall, and he is going to strike out on the high cheese from Watson. That is a big out, number 1. Now a double play gets Watson out of the inning. So with 1 down, the next batter is Asdrubal Cabrera, and he's going to hit one hard. Gloved by the third baseman. He's going to go home with it, and a good decision by Oliver Wilson. He wasn't sure if he could turn 2 on that play. Instead, he decides to throw it home, gets the lead runner. So the game is still a 1-run lead for the Pirates, but the next batter, Castillo, gets hit on the first pitch. Watson ran up and in with the fastball. It got away from him, and the game is tied. So Kurt Suzuki, the next batter, now with a chance to give the Orioles the lead. He grounds this one to Crawford in the hole, but he's got plenty of time to throw out Suzuki at first, so that will end off the top half of the ninth. To the bottom we go. Tied up at 5, a blown save for Tony Watson. It's going to be Darren O'Day on for the Orioles. Remember that this team traded Zach Britton, and their bullpen is a little bit weaker because of it. It's Oliver Wilson blooping one towards right, and just like that, the leadoff man is on, and he represents the winning run here for the Pirates. Next batter is Austin Meadows. The first pitch of the AB from O'Day. Meadows cranks one deep center field. Jones going back. It is gone. A 2-run walk-off home run, and the Pittsburgh Pirates win Game 1. Austin Meadows, the man who took over as the full-time right fielder after the trade of Josh Bell in July. He was an everyday player after that. Beforehand had been a platoon player, had tried to get some games in against lefties, but we decided to let the young man take the reign out there in right field, the position formerly held by Andrew McCutchen for a couple years. Of course, he was a center fielder for a long time, but Meadows now the right fielder for every day, and he was showing his worth right there, a 2-run bomb. That was really I think that was the first home run I'd hit with Meadows in a game that I was controlling. And, you know, he had a solid rookie season. He definitely tapered off in the second half, but still have a lot of high hopes for him moving forward. And here we go, game number 2. This was a weird, I don't know why they tried to get me to come into the game in the first inning, so I just simulated. The Orioles do win game 2, 5-3, so the series is evened up as it heads back to Baltimore for game 3, which we win. Game 4, another close game, 1-1. This was a tie game, and I didn't want to get stuck in the tie game. That would go to extras, so I decided to simulate that critical moment. We do lose game 4, so the series is back even at 2. This is game 5, a huge game 5, and again, the Pirates with a lead. Now this is Derek Law trying to get the save, and he does just that. Tony Watson had already been used this game, and he was out of the game. I'm not sure why, but Derek Law was in to face Adam Jones, and he strikes him out there with the slider. So the Pirates win game 5. We have a 3-2 series lead now, heading into the game 6 as the series will shift back to Pittsburgh. And we've got a chance now to close out the World Series and try to win our first World Series championship since 1979. And if we do lose this World Series, it would actually be the first time the Pirates would have made a World Series and lost since 1927. So that's a long history. They went to the World Series in 1960. That was the year Bill Mazeroski had the walk-off home run. 1971, that was the Roberto Clemente championship shortly before he passed away. And then 1979, which of course was the We Are Family Pirates. So we are trying to continue that trend of World Championship Pirates teams. It is an organization with a pretty long tradition of, you know, success. Of course, not so much over the past 25 years, but, you know, they have had this recent run the last 3, 4, 5 years of a little bit of success. Not a ton of playoff wins, but a few playoff appearances, and have certainly kind of become relevant again, which I think is a good thing. But anyway, there is Masahiro Tanaka making the start today for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's got the ball in game number 6. He started game 2, a game in which we lost. It was Jacob deGrom who got the ball in game 1. And it's Dylan Bundy on the mound for the Orioles. He strikes out Marte there, now facing Polanco, second batter of the inning. And it's Polanco hooking one to deep right center and gone over the bleachers out there and out onto the walkway just in front of the river, the Allegheny River, out in Pittsburgh. And it's Polanco getting the Pirates on the board with the first run of the game as they will take a 1-0 lead. 449 feet from Polanco. He took a high four-seamer, and Bundy does have a good pitch mix. He throws 5 pitches, slider, curveball, fastball, changeup, and I think he maybe throws a two-seamer or a cutter or something. I know in real life he throws a cutter, but in this game it's a little bit different. Either way, he was relying a lot on the four-seamer early on, and I took advantage there. The four-seamer is a much easier pitch to hit for a home run than the two-seamer, and Polanco did not miss that one. So it's 1-0 Pirates. Tanaka back on the mound doing what he does best, and that is getting guys to go down. Not necessarily with the strikeout. He's not the exactly the most proficient strikeout pitcher in the world, but he's got 4 Ks through 2 innings so far, and he has been pretty good since that trade we made 2 off seasons ago, in which we acquired Eric Thames and Masahiro Tanaka for Tyler Glasnow, as he is going to pick up a strikeout there. And then this ball is hit pretty well by the pitcher Bundy to right field, just in front of the wall, but Meadows tracks it down right at the edge of the warning track, and that will retire the side. So 5 Ks through 3 perfect innings for Tanaka so far. Eric Thames up in the bottom of the 4th, leading things off. He takes that pitch to deep right center field, almost the same spot where Polanco hit his, and gone. This one looked like it went a little bit further than Polanco, so the thing I noticed about Polanco's was it appeared to bounce off that walkway and then into the river. This one, it seemed like it went straight into the river, although it said that it actually traveled 18 less feet than Polanco's did. So who knows? Either way, 2 absolute bombs off of Bundy, and we have a 2-0 lead. Thames getting it done, as he always does. I do end up having a lot of confidence when he comes to the plate. He's probably the guy that I hit the best with on this team, maybe Starling Marte, because I do seem to hit well with Marte. But either way, this is Sanchez on first base and Crawford up at the dish now. Crawford hits one into the gap, and actually it's Dozier on first base, not Sanchez. He had reached on a single earlier in the inning. He only gets to third there because he thought the ball might get caught, so it's second and third with no one down for Oliver Wilson. Wilson goes the other way with this one. Wilson getting a lot of starts in these playoffs over Diego Vina. Wilson was signed as a free agent in the offseason, a minor league free agent, but he was only 18 years old and already a mid-70s overall player, so I liked his hopes of contributing. He got called up when Alan Hansen got traded, and he's played very well in the playoffs. Like I said, he's gotten a lot of starts over Vina, who has really struggled the batting average under 100 this postseason for Diego Vina. Wilson, on the other hand, hitting, I think, 270, something around those lines. So anyway, after a line out from Meadows, Marte up. He hits one pretty well to right center, but that's going to be tracked down by the right fielder. I believe that is Mark Trumbo out there for the third and final out. So on to the, I think this is the 6th inning now, and it's Tanaka on the mound, but Meadows making a nice grab right there on the run, as that was not an easy catch, but he did catch it with relative ease. On to the 7th we go. It's Machado up with 1 out. He's got 2 strikes on him, and that is a strikeout on the splitter. So Tanaka, not quite as many strikeouts as the game wore on, but was still pretty effective in getting the Oriole batter, or the Orioles lineup out, and it's Adam Duvall striking out right there to end off the 7th. On to the 8th we go. A man on and no one out for Wellington Castillo, who goes down on the breaking ball. That is a strikeout with a curveball for the first time tonight from Tanaka. 8 Ks through 7 1/3. Domingo Santana pinch hitting now later in the inning. Actually, the next batter, I should say. And he's going to ground one into the hole, and that is going to get into right field for a base hit. So 2 men on for the Orioles now, trying to come up with a bit of a rally, as they have got nothing going all game long. It's Adam Jones. He goes down on the split-fingered fastball. That is going to be strikeout number 9 for Tanaka. 2 outs in the inning. And the next man up is going to be Jonathan Scope with 2 outs and a 2-1 count. That ball grounded softly. Tanaka off the mound. He will plant and fire in time. And the Pirates now move to just 3 outs away from capturing their first World Series championship of the millennium. It is Machado leading things off. Pitch number 102 from Tanaka, grounded, but it gets under the glove of Thames and into right field for a base hit. That looked like it should have been out number 2. Instead, Machado reaches. The Orioles have a 1-out base runner. Next batter is Chris Davis. He's going to hit one softly, and that gets through into right field for a base hit. So a couple of guys reach here for Baltimore. Machado is going to get to third base on this play. A little bit of a risky decision there, but he does get in, and that is going to do it. Joe Wilkerson out to get his pitcher, as Tanaka's night is going to be done. It's going to be Tony Watson on the mound. We already saw him blow 1 save this postseason, or this series, and he has not had a very good postseason. ERA up around 6. It's Adam Duvall up. He strikes out on a changeup that hangs over the zone but freezes Duvall. So 1 out away now are the Pirates as Drupal Cabrera, 1-0 count. He hits one to deep left center field. This ball is back, and when it comes down, this game is going to be tied. A 3-run home run from Asdrubal Cabrera, and the Orioles have life. There it is. Cabrera ties the game. A 3-run bomb on a pitch from Watson that caught way too much of the heart of the plate, and Cabrera did not miss. His manager, Dusty Baker, pretty pleased right there, as Cabrera's got a 421-foot bomb that ties this game. Next batter, Wellington Castillo. He goes down on the changeup. Watson's inning is over, but we head to the bottom of the ninth now. And if the Pirates are going to win the World Series tonight, it's going to have to come in walk-off fashion. It's not going to come in the ninth, though. Pinch hitter Jose Bautista, pinch hitting for Watson, goes down on strikes. Brian Moran with 2 shutout innings in relief for the Orioles. On to the 10th we go. Derek Law on for the Pirates. He strikes out the pinch hitter right there for the Orioles. Not actually sure who that was, but I do know for a fact that is a pinch hitter, or that was a pinch hitter. Now next batter, Adam Jones. He goes down on the slider that sort of front doors right there and catches the inner part of the zone. Caught Jones looking. 2 down for Jonathan Scope. The first pitch of the AB to Scope. He is going to hit this one pretty well to right field, and that is gone. A solo home run from Scope. Not even really a terrible pitch there from Law, it looks like, but Scope goes the other way with it, shows off the power, and now the Orioles are 3 outs away from forcing a Game 7. Oh my, how this game has turned. Brad Brack, who has not allowed a run all postseason, is on now for the Orioles, trying to get the save. The new closer after Zach Britton was traded. But this is not the kind of hit you want to give up to Starling Marte, because he's got lots of wheels. Rounding second, heading for third. The relay is going to be not in time. And Starling Marte has got himself a lead-off triple to start things in the 10th. So the Pirates now, with the tying run, are 90 feet away. And it's Polanco hitting this one well to left center. That is going to get down and into the alley for extra bases. Marte scores. Polanco's on his way to second. And we are tied once again, this time at 4. So now the winning run just in scoring position, and with no outs in the inning, a chance for the Pirates to win this game. Sanchez bloops one to right. That's going to be caught by the first baseman. A great play by Chris Davis, and then Polanco is going to get picked off of second. He looks like he tried to maybe cheat his way to third right there on the fly out or the pop out, but Davis with a heads-up play gets the throw to third, and then Polanco gets caught in the pickle, and he is thrown out. Thames strikes out, and we head to the 11th now. Game tied at 4. It's Machado facing Law, leading things off, and Machado drives one deep center field. Is it another home run for Baltimore? It's off the top of the wall. Marte's jump could not grab it in, but Machado is into second base with the double, and now the Orioles another chance to take the lead here. It's Davis, the next pitch to deep right field, and that just goes foul. That could have been a 2-run shot, and the Orioles could have had a 2-run lead. Instead, Davis strikes out for the first out of the inning. Law wants that pitch back. He's fired up. Now it's Duvall up with Machado still on second. The full count. That is strike 3, looking on the high fastball that catches the upper part of the zone. 2 outs in the inning. It is Cabrera, the hero from the 9th. Can he be a hero again? Well, this one grounded softly. Thames makes the play this time. Throws to Law, who is covering. And we head to the bottom half of the 11th now. Still a tie game. 2 outs for Oliver Wilson. He goes down on the fastball. And we are headed to the 12th inning here in Pittsburgh. Now Roberto Osuna on for the Pirates. And he is going to dominate this inning, striking Eric Castillo there for the first out of the inning. Next batter is going to also strike out, this time on the fastball from Osuna that catches the upper inner part of the zone. And now Jones up with 2 outs. That is strike 3 on the fastball, so Osuna strikes out the side. We head to the bottom of the 12th now, still tied at 4. And it is Darren O'Day on the mound for Baltimore now. Remember, he blew Game 1 for the Orioles against this man, Austin Meadows. And Meadows has got himself a leadoff base hit here to start things against the Orioles submariner. Now Diego Vina up next. Meadows moving on the pitch. He will steal second safely. So Vina would record an out. Now it's Marte up with 1 out in the inning, and he is going to flare that pitch to right field. Tough play for the right fielder coming on. He dives and it gets by him. Meadows around third, and the Pirates are going to win the World Series. For the first time since 1979, the Pittsburgh Pirates have climbed baseball's mountaintop and are World Series champions. It is the first time the World Series ends on a walk-off since 2001, when Craig Counsell had that walk-off, or I guess it was Luis Gonzalez scored Craig Counsell, I should say, off of Mariano Rivera to win Game 7 in 2001. Remember, the Pirates, of course, have the only walk-off home run in a Game 7. That was Bill Mazeroski all the way back in 1960 against the Yankees. Starling Marte gets the player of the game, 3 hits, including the walk-off. He doesn't know what to say. He is in disbelief, and the Pirates are World Series champions. So I'm going to talk briefly about what my plans are for the rest of this series while I let you guys watch the trophy presentation. But anyway, since we only got through 3 seasons before we won a World Series, which is quicker than my last few franchises. I think the last time it only took me 3 seasons, maybe with the Red Sox, I guess, in MLB 14, because that team was already kind of good. So that might have even been a 2 or 3 year one, but I'm pretty sure the last two took me 4 years each. So anyway, back to what I was saying. For the future plans of this series, I do want to continue to do some simulation seasons and see, if we can continue this sort of success that we've had the last few years. I mean, as a general manager, your job doesn't end when you win the World Series for the first time. You want to see how long you can keep the team good, try to see if you can build a dynasty, things like that. And also, people have talked to me about maybe starting another franchise. That is something that I will consider doing, but not before the trade deadline. I want to wait for the trade deadline to pass so we get the new updated rosters from OSFM. And at that point, I will consider doing a new franchise, or perhaps doing another type of series, maybe a Road to the Show. Maybe we could switch it up with some maybe 2K on the channel. That's something I'm probably going to have to make a channel update about and sort of talk to you guys about and see, gauge what the interest is out of my subscribers. But until July 31st, I do want to continue doing some simulation episodes of this. So probably going to do an off-season episode, then maybe a mid-season episode, formatted very similar to my OOTP videos. So if you guys are a fan of that series, you will probably want to continue to watch this one. So anyway, that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.